When I go, I put on that helmet, I put on the harness. I am the superhero for the night. I'm Mighty Mike Murga, and I'm the mini man behind the dwarf tossing extravaganza. Some people take it where I discriminate little people for money, and it's like, I never say that. My body, I can do with it kind of what I want. Mighty Mike supports dwarf tossing, little people, everybody peace and love, yeah.
Here we go, once again, let's go, give it up for Mighty Mike. Here we go. Maybe you got 7.5 last time, let's see if we can beat that, brother.
Since 2012 and now, done over 100 shows around Canada and the United States, people love to throw a midget.
Here we go, 3, 2, 1. We got 9 feet on that one.
I don't believe that I'm stereotyping or like dwarfism. I'm just freaking good at it. Like that's the end of the story. I'm not calling out little people of America. I'm not calling out little people of Canada. They're calling me out that I'm a bad news. I'm a bad image for little people. I'm not displaying that in any way, shape, or form. What I'm displaying is, hey, you want to throw a little person? Pay a few bucks. Now's your chance. One night only. Ta-da!
Is this derogatory to the little person community, or is this person actually advocating for themselves, saying I'm a grown-ass man or a grown-ass woman, and I'm going to do this because this is what I feel like doing, and there's clearly a market out there, and I'm going to exploit it because this is a capitalist country.
When kids are like, Grandpa, what did you do for fun back in the day? I want to be able to say I watched people shake their ass and threw some midgets.
8.5 feet.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
It is a situation of no, you can't pick up a little person and throw. I'm asking you to throw me, for a little reimbursement. I do it as a sport. It is a sport to me. I didn't create it. I'm just capitalizing on it and making it fun and entertaining guests and entertaining audiences.
Ready to go. 1, 2, 3.
No, now. Fucking job, dude. Your fucking job. I have to be very cautious because dwarfism is basically our spine is crushing and it's shrinking as we're getting older. Okay, give me 1 minute and then I'll do chest and we're done. I force myself a lot to work out and train. So I push my limits. But a lot of people don't have my drive. So a lot of little people just don't have that. I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder, and when I did that for like 2 years. Then all of a sudden came circus, and circus I juggle, unicycle, blow fire, touring with a lot of rock and roll bands like Motley Crue and Britney Spears. I got to tour half the world, and people like that I'm like a ripped little midget. Yeah. The cane just keeps me stabilized a little more and just keeps, I'm turning into an old man a little bit here. I'm gonna be 40. But I use it for a little bit of stability when I walk, because us little people, we put a lot of wear and tear on our knees throughout our lives, and so I just keep it just to be safe. Me, I'm 4'3", and I'm a dwarf. I have a wobble butt, and I have achondroplasia. I was a heavy baby, and my head was bigger, and the doctor said to my parents I would never walk. But my mom, my dad, they forced walked me, and then I kind of got to straighten out my limbs, and I gotta kind of fight through it without surgery. Somebody comes and says something, even if it's rude, I always treat it nice, because a lot of people don't know better what's a dwarf, what's a little person, what's a midget. So I just be myself. Growing up, it was a challenge. I went through a lot of bullying. I went through a lot of fist fights. When people said the M word, I got back in their face. So I go, what? You just call me a midget? Boom. At a young age, I realized I need to do something with my life to prove a point. And I believe I just did.
I know you volunteered yourself to do this, but in a way I feel disrespectful. I'm just gonna pick up a person and throw you. Like, what about your feelings? Like, what about your, like, how do you feel about this? Like,
Well, the thing is, I make people happy. I make people excited and happy. So, I don't,
I just feel like you're more than that, that I would give you enough respect that I wouldn't want to throw you just because I would feel like, yeah, like, so you're a little person and it's funny and everybody gets a laugh and it's great, but like, you're still a fucking person and that's not fucking nice.
Well, eventually I'll retire.
Maybe
But
I'll
for
do
now-
it. I don't know.
But for now, I'm still rocking it. The first Dwarf Toss was in Detroit, Michigan on 2012. When I went into this, part of me were like, do I know what I'm doing? Part of me was like, it pays well. You know, we didn't have like a format, which took time to make. So that was like the hardest part to figure out, like how to do this where I can live the next day. So we figured out the right mattresses. I like got this bicycle helmet. I ripped out the styrofoam out of it to make it nice, like nice and tight. This harness holds like 600 pounds. And then I got the right weightlifting belt for like a 300-pound guy to go and like constrict and lock the back so nothing happens while I'm being tossed, that my hips don't go one way and my body goes another. They're gonna grab this belt in the back and this gold piece. Yeah, that's it. And the thing is, no leaning back. Pick up, throw. And if they don't have enough strength with your arm, help them. Okay, ready? Yeah. Ready, my dude? Yeah, pick up, throw. Go. Pick up, go. Tell them where to grab. Yeah, I told him. He's not grabbing. Yeah, go ahead.
Right there?
How many feet is that?
All right, let's see. That is 7.5 feet for Ricky, 7.5 feet. That's what's up.
When I do the dwarf toss, I'm not afraid of it. I get pumped, I get so motivated when I do it. But when I go and I do, and then that punch, and then like I just feel indestructible. I just like do it. When I do dwarf tossing and dwarf bowling, it feels like I'm like a hero. You know, I'm a hero for myself, and I'm happy that I get to interact with new people. The thing is, being bullied throughout school, I always told them I would go and become a superstar. Midget tossing is the way I became a superstar, okay? So I'm not gonna brag or play it off. It's just, hey, I told you so. I don't say for every little person to do this. This is me and me only. And I'm proud of what I do, and I'm proud that I bring in an audience and entertain them in my way. And I believe it's just a unique type of way of entertainment that I'm having fun with.